What is up, YouTube? This is race 5 of the PGP Winter League season for 2024. This race overall was definitely a messy race for pretty much the entire day. Not just this final, but all the races were just very messy, a lot of stuff going on. Just overall, a very interesting type of day. Also, the camera quality, as you can see, much better than it was for my last race. I got the camera settings all sorted out, so I got the fisheye lens going, and I've got it set to 1440p now rather than just 1080p. So you should be able to see a lot more of what's going on, a lot more of the action ahead, a lot more of the action to the side of me as well, and a lot more of my steering inputs too without sacrificing the view up ahead. So hopefully you guys appreciate it. Hope you guys like the camera angle this time. I do know the last one was not brilliant. But yeah, as you can see, I'm starting out third for this race today. I ended up getting third place in qualifying, and then I got second place in the heat race. The heat race was fantastic fun, actually. It was definitely a messy one, but there was a lot of cool action going on, a lot of back and forth. Really good battle from, I think, first all the way to fifth. And I had a pretty good finish at the end where I managed to get two people in the last two turns to get me from fourth to second. So I was pretty happy about that one. This race, for the final, I ended up making a complete hash of all my efforts for the qualifying and heat. Basically, I think on the second lap or the third lap, I end up getting pushed wide off track, unfortunately. It was kind of one of those things where one of the other drivers, not the one who pushed me off, but another driver told me, hey, I had it coming, I was driving like an idiot. Looking on here, you'll see on the first lap, there was I don't think I drove like a complete idiot, but there was a section where I definitely got a bit too cute, and technically the move worked, but it ended up being way, way, way dirtier than it should have been. So as you can see, green flag is being waved now. Here's the start of the race. Pretty decent start overall. Try to leave everybody as much room as I could. Got a little on the curb there, which I feel bad about. Don't want to damage the car in any way. But overall, held my position. Didn't lose anything, didn't gain anything. So overall, I'm pretty content about my start, especially compared to last race where I fell back from like third or fourth to 10th. So this is a much better start. Also, as you can see, we are going reverse this time rather than forwards. Each race, the track switches the direction, so they'll go reverse. They did reverse this time, they'll go forward next time, and then reverse, and so on. I personally prefer reverse over forward. I'm a little bit more proficient going reverse than forward, but they do have their pros and cons. Reverse is a lot harder to overtake on. There's really only two corners to overtake that are pretty consistent. Light bulb, which is on the other side of the track. Oh, here's the move, by the way, that I got a little too cute on. I tried to do a little cheeky double overtake with Sergey, who's in cart 13 right there, by sticking on his back bumper and then just kind of like being a train with them. And it like usually works for me. Like I'm usually able to get it, but it just was too dirty this time. And then it doesn't help that I completely overdrove going through here and damn near took myself off the track. So that did not help with the whole situation. But yeah, back to the track direction. There's only really two corners that really work for overtaking, which is this one. This is called light bulb. This corner is pretty decent when it comes to overtaking. And then turn 3, which is off the back straightaway, coming up in a few corners. That one can work pretty consistently too if you've got a good run. The rest of the corners are honestly pretty much 50-50 or maybe even less when it comes to success rates on overtakes. It just makes it a lot harder to overtake on this direction. But overall, I think I'm far more proficient going this way than I am going forward. Outside of that though, as you can see, I'm just holding on to Sergey right here. I really do think if I didn't end up getting spun out later on, I probably could have won this race because I had a really good run. I was flying down these corners and everything. Or at least maybe not win, but maybe get into the top 3, like for a podium spot. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. I definitely, like, it doesn't really make a difference saying, oh, I could have done this, should have done that. It just happens. Here you'll see, I think it's right here, you'll see what happens for my off. Basically, the guy behind me, he ends up getting on the inside halfway through the turn, which honestly, I don't really like that move. I tried to hold the outside to get good leverage through here, got on the grass, spun around, and just lost a crap ton of positions. I was pretty frustrated in the moment, but now that I look back, I'm like, okay, he was probably far enough in front to no longer see me and think, oh, I probably just backed off. So, especially with how good of a run he had getting up next to me, he probably just thought I must have backed off or something. So I'm honestly not mad about it now. It is what it is. It's racing. It's no big deal. I think in the next lap, you'll see I get pushed off track again. This one was a little bit more egregious, unfortunately. It's this guy in front of me, car 29. It was a bit more egregious, but at the same time, it's racing. Can't really get too mad about it, and I didn't really lose too much from it. I lost, like, I think 1 or 2 spots, so it's not a huge deal. But it still sucks when contact or something is a lot more egregious, and there's a lot less room to be like, okay, that was probably just an accident, unlike the previous bit of contact. But for the rest of the race, you'll just see I'm just focusing on making up positions, getting up in front as much as I can. I end up finishing, I think I fell back to like 15th, 16th place. There was a big accident at the beginning of the race, which you probably saw on the GoPro. You probably saw little remnants of it going through light bulb at the start. So I think I ended up falling back to like 15th or 16th out of 24 positions. But I don't know exactly. But overall, like, I managed to get a pretty good run and make up a few spots. Actually, here, this is where I ended up getting pushed off here. I feel like that was a little bit more egregious, but again, it's racing. I can't really get too mad about it. But I think I fell back here. I think I was probably like 15th or 16th place. Worked my way up to 8th, and then one of the podium guys was underweight for like the weight class. So he ended up getting disqualified, and that pushed me up to 7th. So overall, an okay day. Like, pretty happy with how many spots I was able to make up despite what ended up happening. Pretty happy with the position I ended up in. But overall, it could have been a lot better. If only I would have like backed off on that turn up there, which pushed me off track. But it is what it is. I can't really correct it now. But overall, that's pretty much how the race went. I'm going to let this play out the rest of the way. You can just watch me make up as many spaces as I possibly can. I'll keep uploading any race that shows any interesting content like this one. This is one of the ones I wanted to upload because it was actually really interesting despite a lot of the hardships I had to deal with and a lot of the dumb mistakes that I made. But I wanted to upload it just because it's pretty cool looking. But I'll upload any more that are interesting, and I'll just keep consistent with it. But yeah, till then, I'll talk to you next time.